Hello everyone, we have a simple problem again. It's a mixed operations problem that mixes addition and multiplication. I've seen this problem go around on Facebook. A lot of people are getting it right, a lot of people are getting it wrong, and a little bit surprised by some of the answers, but we're going to go through this problem. It's 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 6 times 0 equals what? All right, first of all, as I do in a lot of these videos, I point out the order of operations, which is something that's been around for centuries in Western civilization, go all the way back to some of the earliest books on algebra, but it's not just strictly associated with algebra, it's related to any mathematical expression, equation, algebraic or non-algebraic. Some people have memorized acronyms like PEMDAS, BODMAS, BODMAS, GEMS, there's other ones. Doesn't really matter. They all represent the same thing. Basically, in North America, you look at things like parentheses, then exponents, multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction. It's only 4 steps, not 6. We've covered that one quite a bit as well. Multiplication and division have equal precedence. Addition and subtraction also have equal precedence. So you've got the parentheses, the exponents, and then multiplication and division left to right, and then your addition and subtraction, which are equal precedence. So that's the basics of it. I mean, you can get a little more detail, but basically when you look at a problem like this, your multiplication takes precedence. You do not blindly solve left to right. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times 0 is 0. 6 times 6 times 0. No matter what you multiply, when you multiply it by 0, you get 0. Now, a lot of people think the answer to this is 0 and not 12, but they're wrong because they're simply blindly solving left to right. The answer is 12. A lot of you will be jumping off the video at this point and not really interested in why it's 12, but for those who are interested, I've got more info to follow if you really want to learn this stuff. The most common incorrect answer is 0. There is a difference, folks. All the people who think the answer is 0, you need to put parentheses around the 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 6. You would have to put parentheses around this portion and solve everything inside of here, which would give you what? You have 6 times 6 is 36, plus 6 is 42, plus 6 is 48. 48 times 0 would be what? 0, okay, if you do it that way. Now I see why some people give the answer of 48. I've seen that one out there too, which I'm not really covering very much here, but now that it just popped in my head how they're doing it, I think what they're doing is they're solving all this, then they're multiplying by 0, and instead of thinking it's equal to 0, they think 48 times 0 is 48. We're going to get into that later because there's another incorrect answer that's very common for people who don't understand how to multiply by 0. All right? So you do not ignore the order of operations and blindly solve left to right when there are no parentheses or brackets. I hear this all the time from people. Well, there's no parentheses, so you just go left to right. Oh, I'm from the UK. There's no brackets, so you go left to right. No, that's never been true. People will say things like, well, my teachers told me to go left to right when there's no brackets. No, if they were competent, I guarantee they didn't. You just have forgotten what you were taught. You don't ignore the order of operations. If you don't have any parentheses, you look for exponents. If you don't have exponents, you look for multiplication or division. If you don't have any multiplication, guess what? You've got a simple problem that just has maybe addition and subtraction in it. You go down through it in order. You do not ignore the order of operations. Just remember that multiplication already has precedence over addition. Multiplication is nothing more than repeated addition. So you've got to solve the multiplication first, regardless. Type it into your cell phone calculator and get back to me on that, because I guarantee you're going to get the right answer of 12 if you enter this properly. All right, and another thing, no textbooks were ever written that taught blindly to solve left to right. And I point this out often with these examples here. Like this is a mathematics textbook. a teacher's edition from the 1950s, okay? They're talking about symbols and sets. And basically, the order of operations, this convention's used to simplify expressions because students will encounter it elsewhere, okay? So there's a note in here about it. Parentheses and other symbols of inclusion are the customary means used to make clear the meaning of a numerical expression. This is where people get confused. However, mathematicians have agreed on a rule to fall back on if someone omits punctuation marks, such as parentheses or brackets. This rule gives the order to be followed in performing the operations indicated in the expression. The agreement implies, for example, that when you have something like 5 plus 3 times 2, well, you solve the 3 times 2 first. It's basically the same thing as, putting parentheses around the 3 times 2. You don't need to, because basically the way that it works, and it's explained right here, in a numerical expression containing a series of numerals connected by symbols of operation, you agree to follow the order. All right, now, and look at this, it's highlighted. You simplify the expression within each symbol of inclusion. So if you have parentheses, you simplify everything inside of those parentheses. Number two, you perform the multiplication and divisions in the order from left to right. Finally, the addition and subtractions in order from left to right. All right, and in fact, addition and subtraction, it does not really matter. Minus 5 plus 2 is still negative 3. 2 minus 5 is also equal to negative 3. So the order there doesn't really matter. And here's another textbook. This one is an algebra book. So what? It doesn't matter. Um, the fundamental operations, this is from 1913, by the way. The fundamental operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Indicated operations are to be performed in the following order. First, all multiplications and divisions in their order from left to right, then all additions and subtractions from left to right. So this is nothing new, but a lot of people will claim, unfortunately, that it is. And the other thing a lot of people will do is they'll try to say it's zero because their little dollar store calculator told them so, or they used their Windows computer on the standard mode calculator, and that told them the answer was zero, which only tells me they don't understand how calculators work. All right, I've done this demonstration a number of times with other problems, but a lot of people don't watch all the videos, so we are going to work through this problem. 6 plus 6, let's see, plus 6 times 6 times 0 equals. And what do you get? Now, if you leave your calculator on a Windows computer, this is Windows 11, you notice that I entered 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 6 times 0. I ended up with 0, entering it like I did, as if I entered the entire expression, and then I hit the enter key at the end. Notice, though, that the calculator is in standard mode, and what I'm left with is 108 times 0, which is incorrect. This is the incorrect answer, and it's because this calculator works in what is called immediate execution mode and not what's called expression mode. If I switch this calculator over to scientific and I go 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 6, notice how it's building the expression as I go, and then times 0. Now, before I hit the equal sign, I have not hit the equal sign yet, you're going to see the entire expression, 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 0. It's just waiting for me to hit the equal sign. This is expression mode. Calculators that work in immediate execution mode solve each operation as they are entered. So it was solving at 6 plus 6 and getting 12, getting another 6, adding another 6, getting 18, multiplying. It's doing each operation, and that's not the way that calculator works, okay? If I hit the equal sign, I get the correct answer of 12. And a lot of people will get their dollar store calculator out or they'll use the standard mode calculator, which I believe is the default on their computer, and they'll enter it in as if they can enter the entire expression and get the wrong answer. So that's not the way to enter it. When you have a calculator that works in immediate execution mode, you need to enter the multiplication first into the calculator to get the right answer. 6 times 6 times 0 equals plus 6 equals 12. Now, I know there's people out there arguing already and saying, see, I told you so, that if you don't write the multiplication first, you're going to get a different answer. No, this has to do with how calculators are different. Some calculators work in immediate execution mode, which frankly I hate. A lot of older calculators, cheap calculators that do not have an internal stack, are not capable of keeping track of all the operations. It has nothing to do with the way mathematics works. That's not true. So yeah, when I go through the calculator example, and when somebody uses their little dollar store calculator, or they use the Windows computer standard mode calculator incorrectly, a lot of people will say, "See, I told you that the multiplication would have to be written first to get 12." And I mean, really, what that just tells me is that you do not understand the differences in input methods for calculators. That's all that tells me. Um, you know, Another way to look at this is think of how a running total would be calculated at a grocery store cash register checkout. All right, let's imagine this to be keeping a running total of items. Say we have item or product number one. We're buying 6 of those and they're $1 a piece. There's another product, so 6 times 1 is 6, and we're going to add that. We're going to scan another item. Oh, we're going to buy 6 of another item that's $1. 6 times 1, right? So 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. So far, we've scanned 6 of these, 6 of these. That's $12, right? Now let's assume that we also want to buy 6 items, okay? And the 6 items cost $6 a piece. Well, normally we would have to pay $36, but guess what? I pull something out of my purse and it's this coupon that says 100% off anything I buy of this item. Wow. Now I can just multiply that by 0. So instead of $36, I'm multiplying that by 0, and now the cost of that item is 0. All 6 of those I'm getting for free. So what am I left with? 6 plus 6 plus 0 is $12. Now, if you think that you blindly solve left to right and have to put the multiplication first, well, my goodness, that means if I go to the checkout and they scan the bread before the milk, or the cheese before the butter, or the hamburger meat before the goat cheese, whatever the heck it is, I'm going to pay a different amount. Well, obviously, no, that sounds stupid, doesn't it? That sounds absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't matter what order the multiplication is put. It does not even matter where the multiplication by 0 is put in this problem. 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 6 times 0 is 12. So is 6 times 1 plus 6 times 1 plus 6 times 6 times 0. That's also equal to 12. And so if the cashier was to scan them items differently, well, 6 times 6 times 0 is 0, plus 6 times 1, that's 6, plus 6 times 1, that's 6. So 0 plus 6 plus 6 is 12. Well, let's say the cashier scans them differently. They're going to scan the items in a different order, because that could happen, right? Do you really think I'm going to pay a different amount of money? 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 6 times 0 is 0. And 6 times 1 is 6. 6 plus 0 plus 6 is 12. Guess what? You pay the same amount of money no matter what order you scan. Another common incorrect answer is 108, okay? And I kind of explained how some people get 48 also. It's because they don't understand how to multiply by 0. So they're kind of solving this like the people do who end up with 0 as an answer. It's just, in addition to not understanding the order of operations, they do not understand multiplication by 0. So they're doing this. They're going 6 plus 6 is 12. Then they're taking 12 plus this 6, 12 plus 6, and getting 18. And then they're multiplying 18 by 6 times 0. Well, 18 times 6 is 108. Now, the people who are getting 0 are doing this, and they're getting 108 times 0, but instead of 108, excuse me, they're getting an answer of 0. But the people who do not understand multiplication by 0 end up with this answer. And it's really because they've completely forgotten the difference between addition and multiplication. They think that it's the same thing as 108 plus 0. Sorry for the bad handwriting. It's hard to write with the mouse, but they're confusing this. They're confusing this, I think, with multiplication. 108 plus 0 is 108. 108 times 0 is not 108. And the excuse that I'll often hear is that, well, if I have 108 apples and I multiply them by 0, I still have my 108 apples. Yes, you do. But guess what? That's not what multiplication means. Multiplication is about how many groups of something you have. It's about groupings. It has nothing to do with how many apples you have. 108 times 1 is what? 108 times 1 is 108. So how could you possibly have 108 times 1 is 108 and then try to claim 108 times 0 is 108? And I know a lot of people out there are shaking their heads, but I guarantee you, if you look at any of the Facebook answers, you're going to find a lot of people who really do not understand multiplication by 0. They've really forgotten. If I have 108 apples and I put them all in one basket, how many apples have I put in a basket? I've put 108 apples in baskets. I had one basket. Okay, pretty simple. 108 apples are in a basket. If I have 108 apples and I put them in no basket, 108 apples and I put them in 0 baskets, how many apples have I put in a basket? 0. That is what multiplication is. That is where people are getting confused, okay? So I hope this video has been helpful. If it has at all, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. If you run into these problems online and you're trying to explain this to somebody who might be insisting the answer is 0 or 108 or 48, I hope this information is helpful. Please look at some of the other videos. I've got other videos covering order of operations, some algebra problems, some just a lot of it's pretty simple mathematics, nothing super complicated, but it's some real foundational stuff, okay? So I hope it's been helpful, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.